Hey guys, Harris here. So last week I covered what I thought was the coolest iPhone 8 case, the Rhino Shield bumper, and I still stick to that. I think it's one of the best cases that are out there, and you can check out that link in the description. But if for whatever reason that doesn't appeal to you, I have a few other options that I've been using and loving for my iPhone 7, but also now the iPhone 8. So let's go ahead and get started in no particular order with some of my favorite cases. Okay, so this is the Ology Apex case for the iPhone 8 and 7 and 6 and 6S and all of those. It's a really cool case that has both the hard plastic shell as well as the middle section with a really cool design. It's not a particularly smooth finish like a lot of other matte cases, but rather has a light texture along with the intersecting lines. The sides are simple plastic, nothing fancy, while the buttons are covered in rubber and aren't super clicky, but still easy to press. Around the front is a moderately substantial lip for some nice screen protection, and that's always good to see. So Urban Armor Gear is always one of my favorite case manufacturers, and I love their hard shell cases. Now my favorite one of theirs is just this in a different color. One of my friends is borrowing right now, but it's just this in white, and these are super slim but super protective cases, hard shell backs with some rubber around the edges for shock protection. The buttons are covered in thin plastic, so they're quite clicky, and it's not your typical flat back to the case. There's some definite industrial design going on, especially with the thicker gray version of the case, which is also slightly more expensive. These are great if you're looking for a rugged design with some decent protection, but a very light case. Okay, next up is first the minimalist out there that doesn't want to spend much money at all. These are the Amazon Basics fake leather cases. I got these for like $2 way back just because of how good of a price it was, and I've ended up using these a lot. They're just like Apple's leather cases, except not actually leather. There's no Apple logo, but apart from that, they're really thin cases that are super minimal. I think they look nice and they feel nice, and that's why I use them. But if you really don't want to spend much money at all, these are actually an awesome option and they work really well. The buttons are easy to press, but not as nice as Apple's new metal buttons on their leather cases. The inside is also lined with the soft material seen on Apple's cases, and the bottom is open to allow use on any dock or accessory, a big perk. I've dropped my phone with this case on a couple of times, as you can see, and the case surprisingly did keep the phone safe. And then finally we have this ultra thin case. Now this case, the website that is sold on is like really hard to use and honestly hard to even find the product. So I'll leave a very similar one linked in the description on Amazon. So unlike most other thin cases, this does cover the bottom, which means if you were to drop it down on its bottom, it would still have some protection. It obviously has back protection as well as all the sides, and then of course the camera is protected because of the lip. And on this gold color, I think it looks phenomenal, as you can see right there. I think that looks awesome. It comes in black and white. The black is 100% recommended if you have the space gray or black iPhone, and the white is 100% recommended for the white or gold or rose gold iPhones due to showing scratches versus not showing scratches on the case. It's a case that adds grip, light drop protection, and a lot of scratch protection, and essentially no bulk at all. I'm a big fan of this one if you're looking for a great ultra minimal case. So those are my favorite case options for the iPhone 8 and 7 and 6S and 6. If you want to check any of these out, I will leave them in the description. But let me know what cases you guys are using, if you like any of these, if you're going to pick any of them up. Let me know what cases you guys are rocking down in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next one.